Alright, so we have an interesting scenario on our hands right now. I'm sure you could tell what it is by the title, but for this scenario, we are going to be finding out who wins the MVP award and who wins the NBA championship if every 2019 NBA All-Star was removed from the league. I actually did a video like this back in 2K19, did pretty well, and now I want to bring it back to 2K19. Guys, I'm kind of going back to my roots. I started with NBA videos, 2K scenarios, and here I am once again doing it. So first off, let's take a look at the rosters. Starting off with the Philadelphia 76ers. They lost two of their star players, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, but this is still a decent team with Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Josh Richardson on the squad. And I think Nick Young was randomly added to meet the requirements for the roster. But yeah, overall, this isn't a bad Sixers team. One of the best teams in the league, I'd say. Bucks lost Giannis and Chris Middleton, so now they have Eric Bledsoe leading the way. Chicago Bulls didn't lose anybody. They have a nice young core, but can this young core lead them to a championship? Cavaliers didn't lose anybody, still got Kevin Love leading the way. Boston Celtics lost Kemba Walker. By the way, this is with the 2K20 rosters with Westbrook on the Rockets, Kawhi on the Clippers, and so on. Speaking of the Clippers, they lost Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So yeah, tough blow for them, but who knows, they probably could still pull it off. Grizzlies didn't lose anybody. Hawks didn't lose anybody. Once again, a nice young core. Can inexperience win a championship though? Miami Heat didn't lose anybody. Jimmy Butler, one of the best players in the league right now, because he was not an all-star. So can he lead this Heat team to the promised land? Hornets didn't lose anybody. They're just a bad team in general. Utah Jazz, Gobert, Mitchell, and Conley are still on the team. Neither of them have made the All-Star game this past year. This is my prediction to win the whole thing. Utah Jazz are going to win NBA championship. I got Donovan Mitchell winning the MVP award. That is my prediction. Definitely a solid team still. Kings didn't lose anybody. The Knicks, they're just the Knicks. Lakers lost LeBron James and Anthony Davis, so let's see if this Boogie Cousins can lead the way. The Orlando Magic lost Vucevic. The Mavericks didn't lose Porzingis or Doncic. Can they lead the way? Nets lost Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, DeAndre Jordan, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Gonna have to lead the way. Nuggets lost Jokic. Pacers lost Oladipo. Pelicans didn't lose anybody. Once again, a young core. Pistons lost Blake. Raptors lost Kyle Lowry. So now Fred VanVleet is going to be leading the way at point guard. Houston Rockets lost James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Still can't believe it's the end of an era in OKC. Spurs didn't lose anybody. Suns didn't lose anybody. The Thunder didn't lose anybody. The Timberwolves lost Cat. The Trailblazers lost Damian Lillard. Still a solid team with Whiteside there. The Warriors lost Steph Curry, D'Lo, and Klay Thompson, so now Draymond Green is left alone. And the Wizards lost Bradley Beal, but they still have a 91 overall John Wall. Here are the best players in the league right now. At the top is John Wall. People are quick to forget this man's an animal. Just because he's injured doesn't mean he's still not a beast. He was a top point guard in the league, and then you got Gobert, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, Porzingis rounding out the top five. Then you got LA, CJ, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, and Luka Doncic. Got Drummond, DeRozan, and yeah, these are some of the top players in the league now that every All-Star has been removed. Alright, so now that you've seen every roster and you know which players got removed, I want you guys to make a prediction in the comment section down below of who will win the MVP award and who will end up winning the NBA championship. Like I said, my prediction is Donovan Mitchell to win an MVP award and the Utah Jazz to win the NBA championship. They usually don't get love in the 2K sim, but who knows? And also, at the end of the season, it's always fun to look at the All-NBA teams, because back when I did this in 2K17, it was just weird looking at the All-NBA teams with all these like random players in there. But here we go. Let's simulate to the end of the season and see who wins the MVP award, and then we'll simulate the playoffs to see who wins the NBA championship. Be sure to leave your prediction down below. Alright, hold up, quick pause. Here are the All-Star captains and the picks now that every All-Star has been removed from the league. One captain is Team Chris Paul from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Another captain is John Wall from the Washington Wizards. And some notable starters is Luka Doncic and Mike Conley. Starting, you got Tobias Harris and Rudy Gobert also starting. not really any surprise picks. I mean, these guys were bound to make the All-Star game with every other All-Star retiring. So yeah, pretty straightforward. No surprise here. Like, maybe if I saw like Nicholas Batum, I'd be surprised. But all of these guys really deserve to make it. Alrighty, one game away before we find out the winner of the MVP award. Let's see who comes out on top. And the MVP is Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert wins the MVP award. I was on the right team. I just didn't think Rudy Gobert would win. I thought Donovan Mitchell would win it. I was a little bit off. I was so close. Rudy Gobert, though, 16 points per game with 15.4 boards and 3 blocks a game, wins the MVP award. Zion, Rookie of the Year. Jabari Parker is 6th man. Rudy Gobert also wins Defensive Player of the Year. Miles Turner is Most Improved. David Fizdale, Coach of the Knicks, is Coach of the Year. They win 60-22. Now, this is what I like to look at. The All-NBA teams. Trae Young, John Wall, Luka Doncic, Zion, and Rudy Gobert make the All-NBA first team. All-NBA second team, Chris Paul, John Morant, Porzingis, John Collins, and Andre Drummond. RJ Barrett, Dinwiddie, Miles Turner, Tobias Harris, and Boogie make the All-NBA third team. All-Defensive first team, John Wall, Jimmy Butler, okay. No surprises there. DeJounte Murray, okay. Siakam makes the all-defensive second team. Alright, so the standings, the Jazz do get the 1 seed in the Western Conference, and the Thunder get the 2 seed with Chris Paul leading the way. He was probably going to get traded in real life, but at the time of recording this, he did not get traded, so he's playing for the Thunder. This team actually did pretty decent in the simulation, man. And they got the Spurs, who didn't lose anybody, the Nuggets, the Pelicans, the Suns, the Kings, and the Clippers, barely making the playoffs, losing Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Some notable teams that missed the playoffs, the Warriors, the Lakers, losing LeBron and AD, of course, the Trailblazers, and the Houston Rockets, bottom of the West after losing James Harden and Russell Westbrook. As for the East, I don't know. Dude, I did a simulation the other day, and the Knicks made it to the second round. This time, they lead the East 60-22, and it's not even close. Dennis Smith, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox. I guess this team just meshes well together. They went 60-22, bro. How? And the Cavs. The Cavs as well, bro. Why do these teams always do good in simulation? They signed Dwight Howard. Okay. Now that's actually improvement for them. The Celtics, the Raptors, the Pacers, the Pistons, the Bulls, and the Hawks. Some notable teams that missed the playoffs. The Nets after losing KD and Kyrie. The Sixers. The Wizards with the 91 overall. John Wall didn't make it. And the Heat are the worst in the East. Jimmy Butler looks like he can't lead a team. League leaders in scoring. Tobias Harris led the league in scoring, followed by Trae Young, Gallinari, Porzingis, Kuzma, John Wall, John Morant, Devin Booker, Lou Williams, and Spencer Dinwiddie rounding out the top 10. Here are a few others if you are curious. Drummond led the league in rebounding at 17.2. That's more than his points per game. Chris Paul led the league in assists per game. John Wall led the league in steals per game. 2.8 blocks per game for Gobert, leading the league. And yeah, here is the playoff bracket. Some notable matchups. You got the Knicks facing the Hawks. I mean, there really aren't any. I'm just so surprised the Knicks are the 1 seed, bro. Whatever. Let's simulate the current round. Can the Knicks make a deep playoff run, though? Or will the Atlanta Hawks upset them? And the Hawks were up 2-0 early. Knicks come back to tie it up. They're up 3-2. Game 7, the Hawks upset the 1 seeded Knicks. It wasn't meant to be. Also, my prediction, the Jazz sweep the Clippers in the first round. And the Bulls upset the Cavs in the first round. Alright, so next round. Okay, my prediction, the Jazz win the NBA championship. Looks like they're doing it with ease. They were up 3-0. Okay, they beat the Pelicans in 6. Setting up a Jazz OKC Western Conference Finals and a Boston Toronto Eastern Conference Finals. Let's see who's going to go to the NBA Finals. Jazz OKC, Boston Toronto. This is for the conference championships. Both series are close. The Jazz have been eliminated by the Thunder, and the Celtics beat the Raptors in 7. Chris Paul leading the way, as well as Jason Tatum leading the way for his Celtics. Here we go. This is for all the marbles. Who will win the NBA championship? Okay, Celtics just sweep the Thunder. Gordon Hayward is the finals MVP over Jason Tatum. Wow. Gordon Hayward in the series championship clinching game. 37 points on 13 of 16 shooting. 8 of 9 from 3. Gordon Hayward, you deserve this finals MVP. Meanwhile, Steven Adams, 26 and 20 wasn't enough, man. Chris Paul shooting 6 for 16. It's not gonna cut it. Steven Adams needed some help out there. Okay, well, that was kind of a surprise. I mean, not really. They were one of the best teams in the league. But if you predicted Rudy Gobert to win the MVP award and the Boston Celtics to win the NBA championship, kudos to you. You got your prediction correct. It's kind of an odd combination. I doubt anyone predicted that, but if you did, good job. I'll be reading every comment. Guys, leave some video ideas down below for more scenarios like this one. And remember, guys, if you ended up enjoying the video, thumbs up is much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And until next time, guys, I'm out.